So no, the title is not clickbait. My $5,100 laser engraver is broken. I'll be honest, I don't know how it happened. I'm kind of going to go through the steps of what the past couple days have looked like. We have the first video of us placing the order and the second video of us receiving it and setting it up. From the looks of the video is everything went good. We're able to start getting some things cut, but then a couple days not filming and just messing around with it, I could never get it to successfully cut 100% through. I think I showed that in some of the clips, but I've just had a number of issues. Once we received it, we set it up, I started doing some test cuts, noticing that it's not cutting through no matter how many passes I was doing, all sorts of things. I started doing a whole bunch of different tests. The first one I did was a laser alignment. This was to try to see if maybe it was not aligned, the laser was bouncing off the mirror and redirecting the wrong way, just to see if it could do anything. Come to find out, it must have happened in shipping, but my laser was significantly off. When it was cutting, it was getting a needle size laser. Once I got it completely aligned, I had about a 3mm or a decent sized circle through the laser head itself. At that point I was pretty ecstatic, but then my first test cut after that, I still wasn't 100% cutting through. I had a couple good cuts, but none would go through the 1/4 inch wood that I was using. But the engraving at this point was phenomenal. I'm going to show you a piece of work that I did yesterday. This is when the laser broke, but I'm going to show you how well that the shading is. This is what I did yesterday. This is when the laser broke. I got it completely cut through. The shading is almost perfect throughout the whole thing. I did intentionally want these to pop out, but these ones would not come through. Looking at the back, nothing really came through. A little bit in the head, these little holes came through, and then some of these letters. So after doing the laser mirror alignment, I then started messing with the honeycomb risers to see if those were level. That's when I kind of ran into a little bit of a mess. I think it's a poor design based off Flux, and I will show you that. With this honeycomb, it's sitting on 4 risers, 1 in each corner, all the way around. Unfortunately, this design is terrible. The risers themselves are basically on a threaded rod that spin freely. The front 2 risers can't completely turn around, but the back 2 can spin and spin and spin all the way up, all the way down. When this happens, your bed becomes unlevel because this riser in the back corner is not spun exactly to where it needs to be. So I thought, okay, now I'm gonna try to level the bed. Well, still after that, I was still getting issues where it wasn't cutting through 100%. Yesterday when I was cutting that Diamond Hands logo, I thought, sure ticket, this is gonna be the one that's gonna go 100% through. The bed's level, the laser's aligned. That was a 2-hour engraving. And the last minute and 58 seconds, Shelby and I said, okay, we're gonna go watch it to make sure it's good. We checked out the design, and all of a sudden we get an error. It was a water cooling error. This design ran for almost 2 hours. It was 1 hour and 54 minutes. It had 2 minutes left. It was about to be done, and now I'm getting an error. I scanned the QR code, I troubleshoot it. On the website, it literally says, once error 900 pops up, press continue. If within 1 minute the machine does not stop again, you're good to go. So I hit continue and I moseyed on with my cut. Went all the way around, the same message popped up. The next thing it says is to make sure that the water tank is at least 80% full. Went and grabbed some distilled water, filled up the tank, maxed it out. So I'm at the main screen. I finally went to hardware and checked the flow settings, and I was getting 0 liters per minute. So to me, the first instinct I had was, oh my god, the water pump already went bad. Now remember, I've only had this laser 7 days from this video. I've only done a half dozen cuts. My time, I had 17 hours on the machine last I looked. So I don't have much time, and especially if I'm supposed to get 1,000 hours on one tube. So then I popped open the back to take a look at it, and this is what I saw. This tube, the laser tube completely broke. The only reason I noticed is because I was checking that flow regulator to see if that was working. And as you can tell, you move it and there's the laser lens. So as you can imagine, after finding that out, knowing I spent $5,000 on a machine that I already slightly questioned because I didn't know how well the brand would be. So last night, first thing that popped in my head, every decision I made was wrong, everything's gonna go wrong, this business is never gonna take off, all sorts of things. So being the saint that Shelby is, she knows how stressed out I can get, she knows my ADHD kicks in, my OCD kicks in, and a million things are going through my head at once. She kind of relaxed me, said, okay, what's our next step? We started talking, so I decided last night to reach out to matterhacker.com, which is the company that we bought the laser from. The one thing I heard about this machine was a terrible YouTube video, but in that YouTube video they said that the Matterhacker, their customer support was phenomenal. So last night I reached out to them around 11:30 at night, and I basically said, I'm not sure how I feel about this machine. I've already had to do multiple laser alignments, the bed's been off, I've had multiple issues. I woke up this morning, I knew that they were 3 hours behind because they're Pacific Standard Time. So right around 11:30, 12 o'clock when I went to my lunch, I decided to give them a call. I spoke with Andrew from customer support. He was great. He basically told me on the phone that I understand what you're going through. It does happen. It's rare, but it does happen. Because I tried picking his mind saying, do you get a lot of these calls? Is this a bad machine? He said their company fully stands by Flux. That's why they sell them. I started referencing some reviews that I saw, and he also said, just like any customer service type situation, you only see the negative. People don't necessarily post or shoot videos about, oh my god, this is such a great machine. So I spoke with him. He told me that he saw my email from last night and that it was being directed to technical support. He also told me to send over a video of the cracked laser, and then we would try to resolve things. I only have 30 days to figure out what to do with this machine because Matterhacker has a satisfaction guaranteed. I'm already 7 days in. I only have 3 weeks now. Andrew did assure me that we're gonna get this machine working right. Technical support's gonna reach out. We're gonna get this machine working right. And if I'm still not happy, that 30 days can be extended. He didn't give me a time, but he did say they're gonna make sure that this machine is good. If I am truly not happy with this machine, once it is running good, then we can talk about potentially an exchange for the Muse 2D and kind of go from there. So guys, yes, this machine is broken. Yes, I was kind of freaking out all day today. Once I spoke with Andrew at Matterhacker, I'm a lot more relaxed. They still have not replied to my email with the broken laser. I'm hoping I get a reply soon because I want to get this bad boy up and going, and I have some things to cut for friends and family before I can open up our Etsy shop and continue with that. So hopefully I hear back from them by tomorrow. This does give me some time to clean my basement, kind of clean up the area that Shelby is going to have for a workshop so that she can do all of her work down there. And then it also gives me a little bit more time to start doing some other designs. I know it was a long rant. Alright guys, if you like our content and want to follow our journey on taking this $5,000 investment and turning it into profit, go ahead and hit that like button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and then turn on post notifications so you guys get alerted when we post. So I will see you in the next video.